Yeah, man, you already know what it is. Welcome to the Street Nitty representing friend shows. What my motto is, life is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to everybody tuning in. Hey, man, we got one of the MCs, artists, Sauce the God in the building. Welcome to the Street Nitty representing friend show.
Man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, man. Shouts out to our sponsor, Evan Vision, and Kings and Queens. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be here. This is actually the third episode.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a blessing to be here, man. Happy Saturday to those that's out there, man. You know, happy Sabbath to some that's out there. Right. It's Saturday to some, and it's the Sabbath to others. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Know, but it's amen. But it's definitely a blessing to be here. You know what I'm saying? You know, you see how the studio, they're the new studio, man. Every time I come here, I get a little bit more inspired. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
So shouts out to Evan Vision, man. So, man, tell the people who you is. Hey.
Man, if y'all don't know, man, I'm Mr. Back to the Basics, your underground favorite young sauce to God, man, holding it down from Columbus, Ohio, by the way of Charlotte, North Carolina, by the way of Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Been around a little minute.
Amen. So where you originally from where?
Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Ohio, yeah.
So how long you been coming back and forth to Atlanta?
I left Columbus, Ohio like 2014.
Okay.
Made a pit stop in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was down there for about almost 5 years. So I've been in Atlanta since 2018.
Okay. So how's the Charlotte scene?
Charlotte, man, is dope, man. I mean, I was out there right when the come up of the baby.
Okay.
I was out there like right when he was coming up.
So you seen that process?
I remember the CDs being in the gas station to where he at right now.
Ooh.
So that's like that's definitely motivation.
I got to touch on the CDs in the gas station right quick. So when you say the CDs in the gas station, because I come from that. CDs and I got some out there in the car right now, a box full of them.
Facts.
But I like how, so he had the CDs in front of the, right, where they sell the other CDs at, or he just had his CDs right there?
He had his CD, like right when you walk up to the counter getting ready to pay for your food. I mean, your food or whatever, your gas, whatever he was getting.
Right.
He had a stack right there. See, a lot of people don't know his name was Baby Jesus.
I remember that.
Before he changed to the Baby.
I remember that.
So that's why I said, like, that kind of, like, inspired me. Like, so when I had left Ohio, I was in a group. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Push Up Boys.
Okay, Push Up Boy.
You know what I'm saying? We was in a group. So when I took a little time off, you know what I'm saying, try to figure some things out.
Right.
So when I relocated to Charlotte, it was just like, that's where all this Young Sauce to God stuff happened.
Okay.
I created that, like, just said, okay, if I'm going to do it, you know, I transitioned from being a group to being a solo artist. So, you know, the way I got my name, everybody always asks me how I got Sauce to God.
I was going to ask, too. Hey.
I knew it was coming.
Amen.
So how I got the name Sauce to God, you know, a couple of my partners, man, back in Charlotte, I used to work with, you know, I used to have my own little dance, like, you know, James Harden, every time we hit the three, used to be. So I used to kind of have my own little thing. So they just start calling me, man, that boy got that sauce.
Amen.
And I was just like, okay. So I went home one day and I was like, sauce, like, they calling me sauce out here in North Carolina. So I was like, okay. So then next thing I know, I was just sitting on the bed one day and I was just like, well, I don't want to just be, you know, Sauce or Young, because I'm like, the Young thing kind of just been around forever.
Right, then we
so
get
I said,
older.
how I'm going to do that? So I was like, Young Sauce. And I was like, well, I'm probably sure it's probably 1,000 of them. Then I was just like, where I got the God part from was Charlemagne the God. And it used to be a rapper. A lot of people don't really know. He used to be affiliated with Wu-Tang Clan. His name was Shaheem the God. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even remember him. You know what I'm saying? And you God too. You know what I mean? So I said, Young Sauce to God. I said, that sound dope.
Amen.
And I just kept, and it just stuck with me. And I said, that's it. And then 4 years later, we here, and it's there. So a lot of people now when we say, can we just call you Sauce to God?
Right.
So I got Young Sauce to God. You can call me Sauce to God. You can call me Sauce. Whatever one works for you.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen. I can dig that. How was the transition from being in a group to going solo?
I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of difficult at first because you know when you're in a group, you just really all you gotta do is just it's like assembly line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One person putting this on, the other person putting this on, the other person, and then you at the end of the line, boom. So the same thing with a group. It's like all you gotta do is come up with one verse. You know, the other group member got to come up with his verse or her verse, and so on. How many people in the group? Just put your verse together, and then you come together with your hook, and then you go out and perform. So that was the easier transition.
Right.
Now I'm a solo artist, so now I have to actually physically, you know what I'm saying, create the whole record from top to bottom. You know, I got to put the hook together. I got to put at least 2. Now it's 2 verses. You know, back in the day it was 3.
Right.
You know, everybody, and sometimes you still might, depending on how you do your verses.
Right.
You know, if you're doing 8 bars or 12 or whatever like that. So I would say that was probably the biggest challenge. But me doing a lot of freestyles while I was in the group, like solo freestyles, kind of like conditioned me to be able to say, I could do this. I just got to put a little extra with it. Come up with this, and then boom, you know what I mean? So I would say that would probably be the transition that was kind of a slight challenge for me.
Okay, I can dig that. What you do, you prefer to write or you prefer to freestyle?
See, I got a kind of a unique style right now. Like, I don't really write too much at all, really. Okay. I'm kind of more of a guy that, you know, I hear the beats and I start creating in my head. Right. And what I do is I continue to keep creating until I put it all the way together. So somebody might look at it as, is he freestyling? But it's sounding good. It's like he's sounding like right now, like I could put something together, we doing something right now, and you'll think like, well, did he freestyle that? Because he might say something about what you had on, like something with your red shoes, but I might have had red shoes on that day, or that might be in my mind that I'm thinking like, I might have red shoes on and stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of unique the way I do it. You know what I mean? I'm not just the basic, just ain't nothing wrong with that. Like just writing records. Like sometimes, you know, every now and then I might jot a couple little things down, but for 85% of it is just up here. Until I figure out the rest of it. And then I do that, not to punch in like a lot of artists know. Don't punch in. When I'm going to the studio, it's all done. It's done. Like the verses in my head is done. And then I just continue to keep going on from that standpoint.
How would you describe your style of music?
Man, I would kind of say I got kind of a, see, me being from the Midwest, we are like kind of like sponges. You know, because like you got your West Coast, you got your down south, you got your East Coast, you kind of got your, you know, I don't even know what else you want to call it, like that Texas area.
South.
South still too. So, you know what I mean? They just kind of got their own sound. So what my style is, you know, it's just kind of more so, you know, it's definitely lyrics involved, but then I can kind of switch it up to like party too. So I always call myself like a party lyricist. You know what I mean? Like I can give you records that you'll be like, oh man, like, you know, this is dope. Like, you know music. And then I can give you, if you want a little bit of hip hop. So I can kind of give you different areas of that. And I've been kind of like compared to like, and I don't even know, I've never even been to Texas. But a lot of people ask me now, like, are you from Texas? Maybe just because I'm actually, you know, you could hear my words. You know, I had Bigger Rankin tell me, shout out to Bigger Rankin, at a show, he said, he went to school because you could understand everything he's saying, and you could hear it clearly. You could tell that is he said that's what you call a performer. You know, and it's just something that stuck with me. So I'm just kind of like all over. I don't really have a real grasp on it, but it's just if I'm feeling it and however it's coming out, then let's do that instead of just sticking to one jump. You know, just kind of one road of just how music goes.
Right. I can dig that too. I see you been working. Congratulations. I see you done hit over 100K. All I need.
Yeah, we almost at 250,000 now.
I see the plaque. You know, I see you putting in work. You know what I'm saying? How did that feel when you first seen that thing hit 100K?
It was definitely like the first accomplishment. I had to learn to start, you know what I'm saying, appreciating some of the smaller victories. So that was big for me, 100,000 streams.
Right.
And now it's still growing.
Right.
You know, almost approaching 100,000 views on YouTube. You know, this is all independent. You know, this is not no label behind me. I don't have no machine behind me. This is just strictly grinding. So I got to give it, you know, to the Most High for that. So, you know, it definitely makes me feel good, you know, and I'm just continuing to grow with it, you know what I mean, and just starting more to enjoy it.
Right.
You know.
Amen. It's a lot of artists out here, they don't realize the importance of marketing themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And especially with you coming from an independent artist point of view, you know, what you think are the best strategies for artists? Artists is out here looking, you know, at this interview, and they want to market themselves. They don't have no label behind them, and they want to, you know, take it to the next level so that they can get 100K. What kind of ideas you would suggest for them?
I mean, definitely. I'm gonna say this. You need a team. You know.
Amen.
You know, you got your homeboys running around with you all day. Start. You know what I'm saying? If they really believe in what you got going on, and this thing can kind of build and take us all out of here.
Right.
You know, start. Hey man, find like if you were your homeboy and you're not the rapper, find some way you could be an asset to the rapper. You know, hey man, you know, pick up the camera. Say, you know what? I'm gonna be the cameraman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Be the guy if you got, you know, hey, we got to get some merch. You know what, man? I can start learning how to make T-shirts. You know what, man? I'll be the one that, you know, in charge of the social media stuff. You know what I mean? It's like you just need those elements.
Amen.
And you still have to, like, I tell people, like, it's not just a way of, like, just an album title, which is called Back to the Basics, my album. It's a way of life. Because
Right.
you still have to go back to the basics, whatever you do.
Amen.
You know, you got to still touch the DJs. You know what I mean?
You gotta.
You got to get out in the streets. You got to grind. You got to touch the people. Like
Amen.
right now, we so internet heavy with everything.
Man, you better preach to them.
You know what I'm saying? We so internet heavy with everything right now. It's to the point where it's like nobody wants to get out there and do that footwork.
Man.
But I was coming off the tail end of that. You know what I mean? So I kind of got to taste that.
Right.
I kind of remember the CDs like, you know, 12 plus years ago.
Right.
I was, you know, hustling. We in the
Right.
street hustling.
Right.
You know, and I always take that as, you know what I'm saying, pride, because I remember like one day I was just, you know, I probably had like $10 in my pocket. I had all these CDs.
Right.
I came home, I was good.
That's
day.
right. You
know what I'm
better
saying?
be.
I said, okay, this is how we got to do it.
You better
Don't matter
be.
if they listen to it or not.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? That's not, I can't control once it leaves my hand.
That's
you know
it.
what I'm saying? But I got that money, so that was the respect.
That's it.
So, you know, it's just all about just grinding, man, believing in yourself, never taking no for an answer.
Amen.
And just having good energy and good people around you.
Amen.
You know what I mean? You got to, and then you got to keep God first, man. And just, I mean, you can do whatever you want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I feel like those are the key elements, man. And if it's good and the people like it, you know, it's gonna take you far, man. It's definitely gonna take you far.
I definitely like what you said about the no. A lot of times, artists, entrepreneurs, and I really say entrepreneurs, because when you go outside and you promote yourself, you got to prepare yourself mentally for the no's.
Right.
You see, a lot of people get stopped when they hear their first no. They hear their first no and they stop. But you got to prepare yourself for the no's. Because guess what? You can get 100 no's, but in your mind, you know it don't take that but 2 or 1 yes to spark the fire.
Exactly.
You said 1 CD is on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, for the people who viewing, no matter what you're doing in life, you know what I'm saying, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're an artist, you know, don't let no's throw you out. You see what I'm saying? No don't mean no all the time. You see, some people you might push, you might send an invitation to them, they might not respond back, and you might see them again and boom, they ready to come on in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely feel that, because, you know, I ain't even gonna lie, like, it's funny you said that. Like, I guess that was meant for the touch on, because, you know, and it wasn't really a no. Like, you know, I just, you know, I had a meeting with a major record label.
Okay.
Just a couple of months ago.
Okay.
It wasn't a no.
Right.
You know, and I was like, but the way you feel, like, you know what I mean, like, you know, I'm giving you, you know what I'm saying, like, but I didn't get the answer yet that I wanted. But then it's crazy, because then just like a day or two ago, I was talking to the people that, you know, put that together for me, like, oh, they watching you. You see what I'm saying? And it's just all about, you know what I mean, just because you might not get it right then and there, don't stop.
Right.
Because that's when it really starts.
Amen.
Sometimes they just want to see, like, you know, let me see what they do after this.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
And that just was something that I was like, oh, okay. They're like, oh, yeah, they watching you.
Hey, and then you know when you say that, because you know I say life is what you make it. That's my motto on this show. A delay is not a denial. So a lot of times people think because it's a delay, You see what I'm saying? They think it's a denial. But just think about you had got discouraged and said, I ain't finna do it or not focused on it. And now they sitting there watching you and you ain't making no noise. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? Because you in this thing because it's you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? This is you. This is a way of life. You know what I'm saying? So that's big. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on that, man. I hope nothing but the best. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see you done been featured in a couple of magazines. So I see you definitely got motion out here. You're the XXL, the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Then I heard you say combined. You know what I'm saying?
I was on the cover. Black guy to get me together. I don't know what Black doing. If I knew that, I would have brought it. I still got my copy of it.
Amen. So yeah, and that's that's something a lot of artists don't realize, but it's good to have that interviews. Telling people because people want to know.
Yeah.
They want to know who you are. They want to know what you got coming next, and for the people that what do you got coming next?
Well, like now, like I said, we got the All I Need out right now. We're getting ready to shoot another single off of my project called On the Way.
Okay.
We're getting ready to shoot that here real soon. We're just trying to get the ins and outs about the video together.
Hey.
Getting on the road, getting ready to start this Back to the Basics tour. We're getting ready to hit a lot of cities.
Right.
Just working, touching a lot of different areas. Because I tell people, as being an independent artist, you kind of have an advantage because you could drop a project. Let's just say you dropped the project a year ago.
Right.
But you got to think how many people are out here in the world that have never heard anything from you, don't even know who you are.
Right.
And I feel like that's the advantage of being an independent artist to where when you're a mainstream artist, the whole world knows your album.
Right.
They're looking for the next one and the next, the way it moved now, they're looking for the next album in the next, 90 to, maybe 6 months.
Right.
Or with an independent artist, you could take that album, you could push that for a couple of years.
You really can,
You
though.
really can. 'Cause, I mean, until you really, really get to where you need to get to, you know what I mean? You still continue to record and keep building your library up, but you take your main few records and you can push them.
Right.
Like I said, I tell people All I Need's been out for a year. But now it's just starting to get the notoriety.
Right.
And that's what I had to learn as being an independent artist, and is that everyone's not going to come when you want them to.
Right.
And we may think we're moving slow, but we really actually moving a little too fast.
Right.
Shout out to Double XL for putting me in the Artist to Watch section.
Hey.
Hip Hop Weekly, Hip Hop since 1987. Those things were actually like done towards the end of last year.
Okay.
But now it's just like, I was just telling somebody, I said, man, it's like something told me, man, you got to keep feeding it because you don't know who's seeing it.
That's it.
Once I done seen it, it's old to me. That's just how we always
Right.
be.
Right.
Like I might hear my song
Right.
1,000 times. Like, man, I don't want to hear that.
Right.
But I have to understand to the masses and to the people that it's millions of people have never heard you. Until you get out there in the whole world. Somebody told me it's not a hit until the whole world knows.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
That's why we're working on a lot of different things and just learning to, take your time and be patient. Don't just force feed a lot of people right away and think that you're going to get a certain type of results.
Right.
It might not happen right now, like you just said. A delay is not a denial.
Amen.
So
Amen.
You just have to take your time with it.
It remind me of what's his name who got the song Hidden, the one
Money Move.
Money Move.
Yeah.
Money Move, man, that song been out for some years.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even know it. What's his name? Day Day. You remember that song? He had Family to Feed.
Yeah.
Man, they say he was performing that song like 3, 4, 5 years before it really got to that next level. You know what I'm saying? So for us, we might go out here and do a show. We might go do 10 shows. Out of them 10 shows, it might be, we'll say, anywhere from 10 to 20,000 people that get a chance to listen to the song.
Right.
But in the world, it's billions of people.
Exactly.
So it's go back to what you say. You haven't even touched the surface.
Not even touched, not yet. Cracked it yet.
Amen.
Yes.
If it wasn't for music, what would you be doing?
Man, I'll probably be. I'm a real big sports fanatic.
Okay.
I'll probably be doing something in sports, man. I actually went to trade school for that. where I filmed a lot of like collegiate, not even collegiate, just all levels of sports.
Amen.
So, you know, I would probably be doing like some broadcasting, probably
Okay.
some, you know, camera work and acting as well. That's my other passion.
Okay,
I wanna start
okay.
getting into these movies.
Hey,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
had to holler at 50.
Yeah, gotta start getting
Hey.
into these movies, man. 50, holla at me.
Hey, man, that's what the business is, man. We're going to have to get Lat to shoot a move around this thing,
Man,
man.
when we gonna shoot a lab? When we gonna do a movie, lab? I think
I'm
we need to do
telling
something.
you,
Man. We need
man.
to start some type of series out here. Man.
Hey, for real,
We need
for
to do it
real.
for real.
With the stage presence, we talked about this on one of my other shows. A lot of artists, they don't get a chance to get artist development no more. You know, so nowadays you see a lot of artists jumping on stages, and sometimes artists don't be making no noise. They might have 50 people on the stage with them, and it still ain't making no sense. For you as an artist, especially independent, how do you feel like rehearsal is necessary? You know, do you feel like these are things that artists should do? You know, how you feel about that?
Definitely. I mean, you always got to perfect your craft.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm a big person on stage presence.
Right.
You know, I think I'm pretty good at that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I know I can do it myself.
Right.
You know, I don't need 50 people behind me. I think a lot of times what that is, and I don't want this to sound in a negative way, but it's like it's taking the attention off of you. Look at yourself as the consumer or the person that's in the crowd.
Right.
If you have 50 million people on stage, which
Right.
they all bouncing around doing, it's almost like it's a illusion. It's almost like it's kind of a diversion, like trying to kind of keep you off of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I see that with a lot of today's artists is like, I've been at, you know, showcases and concerts and things like that of that nature, and I don't see any stage presence. A lot of them don't even know how to hold the mic.
Right.
You don't cuff the mic.
Right.
You know, a lot of them don't even know how to look into the crowd, into the eyes of the people.
Right.
Because a lot of people are shy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they can make that song. Like when you hear the song, you like, oh, wow. Like the energy is different when you're hearing it.
Right.
But when you actually see them
Right.
and they perform, it might not give you the same energy.
Right.
And that's what I've learned. Like sometimes, and it flip-flops. Sometimes you can have a record and it's not as big as you think it's going to be, but then go see that artist in concert. You start loving that record the way they perform it.
Right.
And flip-flop, you know what I mean? If they might, and if they don't, you know, like if they don't perform good, you're not going to like that record.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Self-presentation.
you have to give it all to them. The record sells that, and the stage presence can sell it even further.
Amen.
And I like that. I like that about some artists that can sell their records.
Amen. Amen. Well, I know we're going to be getting ready to close in a second. I got to ask you this, though. What difference can we look and expect for your music? Because with so much going on, what is it that you're contributing to the culture?
Just trying to give the culture, you know what I'm saying, just a fresh breath of air. You know what I mean? You know, lyrics and topics.
Right.
And, you know, still giving you the fun party record. You know, I feel like moving forward, I want to be, with my music, I want to continue to grow with it and, you know, touch people.
Right.
Because you never know what other people may be going through. And I've been hearing this lately, like, sometimes you don't even know you're motivating people to do stuff.
Amen.
Because they might not come right to you and tell you, man, you're motivated.
Right.
But I'm starting to just see it.
Right.
You know, I'm seeing the fact that, you know, people like, man, I love what you're doing, man, keep doing it. Or people may call me, you know, people I grew up with, high school, anything, man, I love what you're doing, bro. They might not actually tell you that.
Right.
It might not seem like they love what you're doing, but then you might run into somebody, man, I love what you're doing.
Yeah, we gotta keep doing it,
man.
keep
because,
doing it.
You know, it's sounding good, it's this, it's that. And that's what keeps me, you know, the motivation driving in me.
Amen.
When somebody will just be like, I love your music, I'm about to download it right now.
Amen. That's a big
That
blessing.
makes you feel good, man.
Hey, big blessing, big blessing. For anybody that's tuning in, if they want to book you for a show, if they want to find you on social media, they want to download your music, where they find you at?
Man, you can find me on any platform at Young Sauce to God. That's YOUNG underscore. I'm sorry, YOUNG SAUCE underscore DAGOD. Young Sauce to God on Google. I am verified artist on Google. A lot of independent artists don't even know how to go claim their panel on Google. You know what I mean? So you can type me in, you can find me there. I'm very Instagram heavy, so you can DM me. Like I said, that's how I do most of my business. If you want to contact me about booking me for shows or anything that's coming up, just get at me at Young Sauce to God.
Amen, amen. Well, it definitely is a pleasure, man, having you on the Street Nitty Representing Friends show, man. Life is what you make it, you know what I'm saying? So, man, y'all stay tuned in, man. Y'all follow my man. Y'all help him run this. We're getting up 1 million views. We need that, man. So tap in, man. Let go.